Okay, boys and girls, today we will be dividing a whole number by a unit fraction. So we're going to start with our first example. Morgan ordered 2 pizzas for her birthday party. If the pizzas are cut into 6, how many slices of pizzas are there? So we know that there are 2 whole pizzas, and she is going to be cutting them into 6. So that means each slice, if we cut them into 6 pieces, each slice will be worth 1/6. And we want to know how many slices of pizza are there. So I said earlier that we would be dividing. Our word cut here can help us, see that we want to divide the pizzas, and we're going to divide them into 6 pieces. So we're going to make an equation. We started with our total, right? Our total number of pizzas was 2. We had 2 whole pizzas. And then we started to cut them up, so that means we divided them, and we divided them into 1/6 pieces. So that means each pizza was cut into 6 slices. So we divided that into 6 slices. Our equation is 2 divided by 1/6. So now we're going to draw a model to help represent this problem. So we know that she has 2 pizzas. So I'm going to draw my 2 pizzas. 1 and 2. So we have 2 pizzas, and then she takes her pizzas and she cuts them each into 6 slices. So I'm going to cut these pizzas into 6 slices. It's 2. That's 4. And that's 6. And then she's going to cut the other pizza into 6 slices as well. So you have 2, 4, 6. So Morgan took her pizza, she cut them into 6 pieces, and each slice represents 1/6 of the pizza. So if I have 2 pizzas and I divided them into 6 pieces each, how many total pieces do I have now? We have 12. So now I'm going to use a number line to represent this. We have a number line labeled from 0 to 2. So 0 to 1 is 1 pizza, 1 to 2 is 2 pizzas, and we want to cut this into 6. So that means in between my 0, I'm going to have 1/6 here, 2/6, 3/6, which is also 1/2, 4/6, 5/6, and then 6/6, which is 1 whole. Then I'm going to have 1 and 1/6, 1 and 2/6, 1 and 3/6, which is 1/2, 1 and 4/6, 1 and 5/6, and 1 and 6/6, which would also be 2. And so how many total slices does she have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 slices on the first pizza, and then she has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 slices on the second pizza, and all together she has 12 total slices. Now we're going to solve this problem using standard algorithm. We're just going to solve it without pictures. And when we do this, 3 very important words that you're going to have to remember are keep, change, flip. Keep, change, flip is what we're going to do when we divide fractions. So every time you have a division problem and we're not using pictures, we're going to just solve it. I want you to take keep, change, flip and just write the initials for keep, change, flip at the top of your problem. Keep, change, flip. And then you're going to put your equation underneath it. So you have 2 divided by 1/6. And we already know this is going to equal 12, but I'm going to show you why and how it equals 12. And so when we're taking these division problems and we are solving them with our algorithm, we have to remember the words keep, change, flip. And we have keep, change, flip. I want you to draw this with me, boys and girls. We have keep, change, flip. Keep is what we're going to do with our very first number. So whatever that number is, we keep it. So I have 2. I'm going to keep it, write it down there. And then I'm going to move on and I'm going to change my division symbol. So I'm going to change my division symbol to a multiplication symbol. So keep my 2, change my division to multiplication, and then I'm going to take my last number and flip it. By flipping it, that means I'm going to take 1/6 and write its reciprocal. So I want you to remember the word reciprocal. I'm going to write this word up here at the top, and I want you to write it with me because that is what we are going to do with our last number. We're going to write the reciprocal for 1/6. An easy way to remember what the meaning for reciprocal is would be to say the word refliprical. And that's because when we take a fraction like 1/6 and write the reciprocal to it, or we write its refliprical, we're just taking our numerator and our denominator and we're switching them. So 1/6 becomes 6/1. And then we have the equation 2 times 6/1. And that means we are just going to multiply our fraction. So when we divide, we actually keep, change, flip, and then just multiply. And we already know how to multiply fractions because we learned how to do this previously. And so we have 2 times 6/1. When we have a whole number, what are we supposed to do with it? We're supposed to put it over 1. I hope that's what you said. So we have 2/1 times 6/1. And then we multiply straight across. So we have 2 times 6, which equals 12, and 1 times 1, which equals 1. So now our answer is 12/1. And we know that any fraction that has a denominator of 1 is just a whole number. 12/1 is equal to 12. And that's what we got at the beginning of our problem. Okay, so it says, how many 1/4 cups are in 3 cups? How many 1/4 cups are in 3 cups? So, for this problem, my equation is 3 cups divided by 1/4, right? We're taking our 3 cups and we're splitting them into 1/4, and we want to know how many of them are in each cup. So I'm going to draw 3 cups, and then I'm going to take my 3 cups and I'm going to cut them into fourths. That means I'm going to cut them into 4 pieces each. So there's 2, and there's 4. There's 2, and there's 4. There's 2, and there's 4. And each of these parts equals 1/4 of a cup. And so I have 4 1/4 in each cup. If I have 3 cups, how many total 1/4 of a cup are in there. There is 12. Good job, boys and girls. Now we're going to use a number line to solve this one. We know that there has to be 4 pieces to get to a whole, right? So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4 is 2. 1, 2, 3, 4 is 3. And so all together we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12 total 1/4 cups. And now let's solve this using our algorithm. Remember, we have to use the words keep, change, flip, and anytime we have a division of fractions problem, we need to write K, C, F above our problem. Then we're going to take that and we're just going to fill it in. We have 3 divided by 1/4. And the very first thing that we do is we keep our first base, leave the number the exact same, so it stays a 3. And then we change our symbol from division to multiplication because we're not actually going to divide. We're going to multiply our fraction. And then we write the reciprocal or the reciprocal for 1/4. So we flip that, and that just becomes 4/1. So now we have 3 times 4/1. 3 times 4/1. And we can just solve this like a multiplication of fractions problem. So we have a whole number, which is 3. We got to put that over 1. So we have 3/1 times 4/1. Multiply straight across. 3 times 4 equals 12. 1 times 1 equals 1. And 12/1 is just equivalent to 12. All right, boys and girls, now we are going to divide a unit fraction by a whole number. Our first problem says the Smith family had half of a cake left over after a birthday. The next day, 3 of the children split the leftover cake evenly. What fraction of the whole cake did each child get? So we know that they had 1/2 of a cake left, half of a cake, and 3 children split that up. So we have 1/2 divided by 3. Now we're going to represent this equation using a model. So the problem says what fraction of the whole cake did the child get? So although there's only half of the cake in the refrigerator, we want to think about the whole cake. If I had a whole cake and I was splitting it up with 3 friends, we would want to take it and make sure that each slice of cake was about equal. And so here are my 3 slices. But if we're looking at the whole cake, each slice, there's 6 of them, so each slice is worth 1/6 of a cake. And we know that there's only half of the cake left, so this half of the cake is what the kids are eating. How much did each child get? That would be one child. The other child would get this slice, and the other child would get this slice. So how much would each child get? They would get 1/6 of the cake. Good job. Now we're going to represent this on a number line. So we have a number line that goes from 0 all the way to 1. And we're going to cut this cake into equal pieces. And we know that if we do that, there will be 6 total pieces. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 would be a whole. But there's only half of the cake remaining. So we only care about this half of the cake. And we know that each child is going to get one piece, and they would have 1/6 each. And now we're going to use the keep, change, flip method to solve our problem. Please, 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 please make sure you write your KCF above the equation. Fill in the equation. And then we're going to keep, change, flipped. So remember, we keep whatever is in the K, we keep it. So 1/2, we keep it exactly the way that it is. We do not change it, just keep it the way that it is. And then we change our division to multiplication. And we take our 3 and we write its reciprocal. And before you say there's nothing to flip, remember that a whole number can just be written as 3/1. So now we can take 3/1 and write its reciprocal and have 1/3. And we're just going to multiply across like we do in multiplication of fractions. 1 times 1 equals 1, and 2 times 3 equals 6. So each child gets 1/6 of a slice of pizza. All right, boys and girls, let's do this last problem together. So it says Elizabeth has 1/4 of a pan of brownies left. She will slice the remaining brownies into 3 equal pieces to share with her sisters. What fraction of the pan of brownies will each friend get? So we have 1/4 divided by 3. So we have a model to show this, and it's already cut into fourths, but we want to split it amongst 3 people equally. So I'm going to take it, cut into 3 pieces, make sure each friend gets the same amount. And she has only 1/4 of this pan left, so she only has this much of the pan left. So how much does each person get? 1 for one sister, 1 for the other sister, and 1 for the other sister. And there would be 12 total pieces, but each person would just get 1/12. And now we're going to solve this on a number line. On our number line, we just cut it into 12 equal pieces because we know that there will be cut into 12ths. But we only care about this much of the brownie. And we know that one friend gets this much, the other friend gets this much, and the other friend gets this much. So each person will get 1/12 of the brownie. And now we're going to use our keep, change, flip method. Please, please, please make sure that you write KCF above your problem. And we have 1/4 divided by 3. We're going to keep 1/4 the same. We're going to change our division to multiplication. We're going to take 3/1 and write its reciprocal, and that is equal to 1/3. And now we can multiply like a regular multiplication of fractions problem. So 1 times 1 equals 1, and 4 times 3 equals 12. So each sister will get 1/12 of the brownie. All right, boys and girls, go ahead and glue this into your journal, and then please take your time now to write 3 to 4 sentences about what you learned.